All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to break down something huge for any new business owner in Australia, how to actually pay yourself from your company and do it in a smart, tax-effective way. Honestly, getting this right is crucial, and well, getting it wrong can be seriously expensive.
So, let's get right into it. Your business is doing well, there's money in the bank, great. Now you want to actually enjoy the fruits of your labor. You'd think it's simple, right? Just take the money, but the path from company profits to your personal wallet is governed by some very specific rules. Okay, but before we even get to the fun part, getting paid, we need to talk about the single most important rule that trips up so many new entrepreneurs. You have to get this concept because it's a total mindset shift from being a sole trader, and it's the foundation for everything else we're about to discuss.
Now this is the absolute bedrock of company law. Your business is its own person in the eyes of the law. It can own things, it can earn money, and it can go into debt, all by itself. What this means is that the money sitting in the business bank account does not belong to you personally, even if you're the one and only director and shareholder.
So what does that actually mean for you? Well, the crucial point is this. You can't just dip into the business account to pay for your groceries or a family holiday without accounting for it properly. You've got to think of it like a solid wall between the business's money and your money. Crossing that wall without following the rules is where the trouble starts.
All right, so let's talk about the right way to do this. One of the main ways to move those profits from the company to you, the owner, is by issuing something called a dividend. So, what exactly is a dividend? Think of it as your official slice of the profits. It's your reward for the investment and the risk you took as a shareholder. And the key words here are formal and after tax. This isn't just you grabbing cash, it's a properly documented distribution of profits the company has already paid tax on.
The whole process, it's pretty structured. The company earns money, it pays its tax, the board officially declares the dividend, and then you get the cash along with the paperwork for your tax return. But it's that first step, the tax the company pays, that's where the real magic of the Australian system kicks in.
Right, let's get into franking credits. This is a really powerful and kind of unique part of our tax system here in Australia. Its entire purpose is to make sure that the same dollar of profit doesn't get taxed twice. Once for the company, and then again for you.
The best way to think about it is like this. Because your company has already paid some tax on its profit, the franking credit is like a little prepaid tax voucher that it passes on to you. It's attached to your dividend, and it basically tells the ATO, hey, some of the tax on this money has already been paid. This credit then directly reduces your personal tax bill. Simple as that. Okay, let's follow the money here. The company makes $100. It pays $25 in tax. That leaves $75 in cash, which it pays to you. But, and here's the bit you got to get your head around. On your tax return, you have to declare the full $100. You report the $75 in cash you got, plus that $25 franking credit.
And this chart, it really pulls it all together. Let's say your personal tax rate is 39%. The tax on that $100 of income would normally be $39. But remember, you've got that $25 prepaid voucher, your franking credit. So you hand that over to the tax office, and you only have to pay the difference, which is $14. That's your top-up tax.
Now, it's worth pointing out that this system isn't without its critics. Some analysis suggests that because any extra franking credits can be refunded to you in cold, hard cash, the benefits tend to flow to those on very high or very low incomes. And get this, out of all the developed nations in the OECD, Australia is the only one that provides cash refunds for these unused credits.
Okay, so that's the smart way to get your money out. But what happens if you don't follow that process? Well, then you run into a really common and super costly trap called Division 7A. A lot of business owners fall into it, often completely by accident.
So, what happens if you just take the money? This is exactly what we were talking about earlier. You swipe the company card for a personal dinner, you transfer a couple of grand to your personal account for a weekend away, and you don't document it properly. This is exactly what a part of the Tax Act called Division 7A is designed to catch. If you take money out of the business the wrong way, the ATO can step in and deem that payment to be a dividend. And let me tell you, it is the absolute worst kind of dividend you can get. It's called an unfranked dividend, which means it has 0 franking credits attached. You get absolutely no credit for the tax your company has already paid.
I mean, just look at the difference here. It's night and day. You take $2,000 the wrong way for that holiday, and the full $2,000 gets added to your income and taxed at your top rate, no discount.
Do it the right way by declaring a proper, frank dividend, and your final tax bill is just so much lower, all thanks to that franking credit.
So you can see the difference between being smart with your profits and getting hit with a massive, unexpected tax bill. It all comes down to having a good process and being disciplined. So how do you stay on that smart path and avoid the Division 7A trap for good?
Really, following these rules is your best line of defense. That first one, separate bank accounts, absolutely non-negotiable. And if you do need to borrow money from the company, you have a window of opportunity, basically until your company's tax return is due to either pay it all back or get a proper formal loan agreement in place. Just document everything.
Look, getting your head around how dividends, franking credits, and Div 7A all work together is just fundamental to running a successful company in Australia. This isn't just about ticking boxes for the ATO, it's about strategy. Getting this right means you can grow your business and build your wealth efficiently. So the real question I want to leave you with is this. Are you just taking money out of your business, or are you building a smart, strategic plan for your profits?